What's going on, guys? So today I have two more free AI tools that you can use to help you access funding. The first is our Netcode Indicator Tool, which is going to help you when it comes time to setting up your business bank account. One of the main things that most business owners, entrepreneurs might struggle with or might not even know about is having the proper NAICS code. And when that banker on the other end is looking up your NAICS code, they're not necessarily looking for the risk factor. So this indicator is going to give you a low to moderate risk factor for the best NAICS code in your industry. And then the next thing I'm going to give you guys is our funding qualifier tool. This is going to allow you to see where you stand as far as fundability is concerned based on your personal credit profile. So without any further ado, let's get straight to it. All right, guys, so this is the NAICS code indicator, and the simple thing that you have to do here is very simple, very easy. All you have to do is come down to the query bar and then just type your name and whatever business you have. So let's say Jeff has a trucking company, right? And then you just click enter and let it do its thing. So as you see, it says to evaluate Jeff's trucking company properly, I'll assume the business primarily hauls freight for third parties using heavy trucks across state regional routes. Now you could be more specific, right? So if you don't carry freight, maybe you just do box trucking or something like that. You could just put in Jeff has a box trucking company or something like that, right? Now it's going to give you your risk summary and the NAICS code that's generally used for general freight trucking and long distance. And this will be specific to whatever kind of business, company, or industry you're in, right? Here's your operational profile: heavy commercial vehicles, highway exposure, driver workforce, cargo liability, fuel cost sensitivity, DOT/FMCSA, regulatory oversight. So again, this is going to be your risk summary. So whatever risk exposure your particular company or business has, or whatever industry you're in, it's going to list those things. Now it's going to let you know why this NAICS code is considered high risk. So it has high claims frequencies, right? Auto liability claims are frequent and severe in trucking, catastrophic loss potential, multi-vehicle accidents, right? Regulatory scrutiny, workplace injury risk, economic volatility, insurance cost pressure. Overall risk level is high, right? So if you're in trucking, of course, you know you're in a high risk industry. Same thing for credit repair funding, real estate, and things like that. But then it's going to give you these alternative lower risk NAICS codes, right? So the first one here is for freight transportation arrangement. Maybe you're just a broker or a logistics coordinator, and the risk level with that is going to let you know that it's low to moderate. And then why? It's going to give you a second or alternative, right? And it's going to let you know what the risk level is, etc. So it's very easy to use this tool. Just simply put, the information in, and it's going to give you, your risk factors. Then I have the relative risk ranking from lowest to highest, and then the recommended option. Best for low risk alternative, NAICS code, right? Freight transportation arrangement, etc., etc. And again, you want to use this when you go into the bank and you're setting up your business bank account. You don't want the banker to give you a high risk NAICS code. So that's how the NAICS code indicator tool works. Now we're going to move over to our funding qualifier tool. So this tool is going to let you know where you stand as far as your fundability is concerned. So what you're going to need is a copy of your 3-bureau credit report, or if you have access to your Experian credit report, you want to make sure that these are in the PDF form so that you can upload them into the funding qualifier tool. All right, so you're going to come down, you're going to click this little plus sign, you're going to go to add photos and files, and then you're going to find wherever you saved your credit report at, and then just double click it so that it imports. So once your credit report imports into the qualifier tool, you're simply going to click this little green arrow here on the bottom right-hand corner and just let the tool do its thing. So it's going to generate a funding qualifier report based on your Experian credit report only. And that's because most lenders use Experian credit reports. So it's going to break down your Experian credit snapshot. It's going to give you your score, total accounts, open accounts, delinquent accounts, derogatories, the balances, recent inquiries, and if you have any public records. Then it's going to break down your FICO factors as it relates to your specific profile. So with this credit report that we imported, they have multiple charge-offs, several accounts showing 120 days late, closed accounts with settled / charge-off status still impacting, no public records, and this is the primary score suppressor. So again, for whatever your credit report and your profile is showing, is going to give you similar data, right? It's going to break down your credit utilization. Theirs is high and overextended. And it says utilization is significantly suppressing score potential. So it'll show the same thing for yours, whether it is or whether it's not. Length of credit history, you see this indicates that it is strong. So this is a strength on this profile. It's going to show you your credit mix. Theirs is good. They have a healthy diversity of credit types reporting on their accounts. It's going to let you know any new inquiries or new credit for this client or this credit report. It shows it's stable. Then it's going to give you your overall funding assessment. Now, it'll let you know your estimated funding range. For this credit report, it's 0 to 25,000, probably more on the lower side. So this client would definitely need some optimization. And it's going to let them know what phase they're in. They're in the build phase. So we need to, of course, get those charge-offs and any other negative stuff removed, help them optimize by adding the necessary primary and or secondary authorized user accounts, paying down utilization, et cetera, right? And then it's going to give you your build phase strategy, right? So addressing the charge-off accounts, reducing the utilization aggressively, and then optimization, right? Positioning 3 to 5 primary bank cards under 30%, avoid closing positive aging accounts, and maintaining perfect payment history on all open accounts. Then it's going to let you know, preparing for your tier 1 positioning. These are, 0% interest credit cards with tier 1 banks like US Bank, Amex, Chase, Wells Fargo, et cetera, or any banks that you currently have relationships with. And it says before entering funding phase, we want to make sure the score is ideally 680 plus, no active charge-offs, reporting balances, clean 12-month payment history, and utilization under 30%, right? And it's going to break down what that means. And then your next steps. So from here, once you've kind of, gone through this, if you want to set up a strategy call with myself, you can click this button here and it will bring you to our booking page. And then from here, you can choose a time and date to set up a strategy call with myself. All right. And that's pretty much it. I will leave links for both of these AI tools in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the other side of funding. Peace.